Hey you guys, it's Gemstone from www.thebeautyinspirit.com. I hope you guys are doing really well. Today I'm going to be doing your weekly reading from the 17th to the 23rd of November. I'm going to be using the Tarot Illuminati. Yes, because I'm still doing my challenge and I'm really proud of myself because usually when I challenge myself to things, especially if it's like something that I'm not really required to do, I might like give up or not bother with it anymore. But this is something that I have really stayed determined to do, and I think it's also because I really have been enjoying it, like sort of reuniting with decks that I purchased like in the past, only because it's like maybe because some of them I haven't used in so long that literally it feels like it's new. And it's also interesting because I think another reason why it feels like it's new is because over my journey with the tarot, I've learned so many different things. And so now when I use these decks, it's like I can apply new things that I've learned and all this other stuff, and then it just makes me see the cards in a really different way. Because I really love tarot. I love learning more and more and more things. And yeah, it's been so much fun, and this is definitely one of my top decks. Like I think definitely top 5 decks of that out of all of them that I own. I think this deck is amazing. I think it's especially amazing if you are like very intuitive. Then I feel like the messages you can get from this deck is like endless. You so I think even for people that are like learning the tarot and stuff like that, it's a really great deck. For people that are new as well as people that are very experienced, because there's so much you can get from it, and the quality of the deck is like the best that I've ever seen in a deck. To be honest, I think the quality is amazing. Kim Huggins and Eric Dune, the creators of this deck, or Eric Dunn, have they've really like just exceeded all expectations. It's like everything is just amazing with this deck. Like I can't find a flaw in it anywhere. Um, but yes, let me get into the reading because I don't want this to turn into a review video. But yes, the very first card that came up at the beginning of the week for you is the Death card. Now, the Death card, it can be a bit of a scary card for people when it shows up, but it's not scary really. I say really because I think it can be a difficult energy to work with, because the Death card to me represents something that needs to be released because it's ending anyway. It's going, and you don't really have a choice in the matter. It's happening. And a lot of the time the Death card can represent something that you really are attached to, something you really don't want to release, something that you can't really get to grips with the fact that it is ending. But and so there might be some grief associated with it. Obviously death doesn't have to mean a physical death at all. It can appear in all different ways. This card can apply to all different aspects of life, but it can still mean that you will still go through the process of loss of whatever is going, and that can be a difficult process for most people. It also can represent transformation, and but again, I think even transformation, even though it's weird, I think do you know, sometimes when people sort of associate transformation with the Death card, it can be because I think transformation seems to have a nicer, kind of more pleasant tone to it than death does. But transformation can be difficult as well, because I think if you are wanting to transform, then you might be more open to the process of doing it. But if you're forced to transform, which sometimes things that are difficult, that leave our life and everything, sometimes that's why it happens, because you have to transform, you have to bring in something new or create something new, out of the situation. Maybe it's you that's transforming just personally, and even then that is a process which takes time, which takes effort. And so um that process can be a difficult one, but either way it's relevant for you and is really important for you, because it's saying that there is something that is at the end of the tunnel that is really important for you to experience through this process of releasing that which is old. So that's that card. The middle of the week is the King of Cups, which is very interesting because since I've been using this deck for readings and things, even for others as well as myself, I've been finding that the Cups cards is they're coming through quite a bit for people. And I'm feeling, especially with this card, that this card is talking about emotional maturity. It's talking about how have you in the past reacted to emotional situations. Sometimes when we were younger, we let our feelings kind of get out of hand, and um maybe didn't express ourselves in the best way at times. But sometimes that's just a case of being young and being kind of inexperienced. But when you become older, it's like you're supposed to have a better level of control over your emotions, and be able to manage them in a more effective way. And I'm feeling like, looking at the death card and then this one coming next to it, it's saying that some kind of emotional situation um is what could potentially be leaving at this time, or something that brings up a lot of emotions for you. Um, and I also think is in connecting it with emotional maturity, it can also be saying that when this process of death comes about, emotional maturity is what is going to come out of the situation, because maybe that experience will let you see something, or let you be able to learn something that makes you think, oh wow, like this is tough, but I can handle it, I can get through it, and this is going to almost allow me to see how much I've grown emotionally and how mature I am in dealing with this situation. At the end of the week, which I'm happy to see, is Temperance, our Temperance angel. And to me, it's about the healing that comes after the process of death. And so I really enjoy seeing this card, because to me, Temperance always shows that everything is going to be okay. Like, that's kind of the energy of the Temperance angel. Like, especially with this rainbow, which I love seeing rainbows I love seeing them, you know, proper ones, and I love seeing ones, especially in the cards, because whenever I like see rainbows, it shows me that things are going to get better. Things may have been difficult in the past, but it's going to get better, and there is hope for the situation, and there's a healing that is going to be coming about in this situation. Things are transforming and changing, and maybe they're affecting you emotionally, but then all of this that is happening is so that you can create something new. But not only create something new, but is also that you can be able to feel better within yourself, because you know that this situation has cleared itself out. Because with the death card, I always get the feeling it can be something that comes about suddenly, but a lot of the time it's something that you kind of had an idea was coming, but still maybe you just didn't want to deal with that situation, maybe you just didn't want to fully let go of it then. But now it's saying it's good for you to let go of it, because now there is a healing that is going to come from it. For some people, even the death card might even mean that it doesn't necessarily mean that whatever situation is showing up here is going to be lost. Like, I don't know, the feeling I'm getting is that this could be for some people a relationship situation. But even if it is showing up as a relationship situation, it doesn't mean because the death card has showed up that the relationship is going to end entirely. Sometimes it doesn't have to mean that. It can also mean that this is a time where you have to, where it's two ways. It's either if you don't transform it, you could lose it. So you could transform it, change it, and make it even that much better, or you can decide to keep it the way it is and then just let things go downhill, and then there can be a separation. But what I'm seeing here is that you can transform something in an emotional way, and then it can lead to a greater experience of healing and coming together. So if this is a relationship, it can mean that you and this person, you and your partner, could come together and heal some things, and there can be more hope for your relationship, and your relationship will become that much more better and stronger because of it. But then also, when I look at it, it can be a situation too of just it can be a personal situation, it can be an internal situation that is going on within yourself. Maybe you've come to the realization that something in your life has to give or has to be different, and then because of it, there is this, there you can improve things. You can feel like, okay, I'm releasing this, and it's becoming even better. Like I can receive even more joy, more happiness. There's more hope in my life that, okay, now that this situation has gone. What I'm gonna do, which I've been doing, is taking the card underneath the deck. Oh, the Queen of Swords. Showed up today. Okay. She's the card underneath, so she's gonna tell us, okay, what the sort of the heart of this situation is about. The Queen of Swords to me is, she can be, if the King of Swords is more about sort of emotional maturity, I feel like the Queen of Swords is more about is definitely, she's more about the intellect and that kind of maturity. But how I'm sort of feeling about her intuitively in this reading is that I think she's also bringing a case of transformation too, because I can see a lot of butterflies in her card, and butterflies is all about transformation as well. But this is transformation in terms of the way you do think about things and feel about things. The only thing about the king of the queen of swords is that she can be a little bit she can seem cold, she can seem judgmental, and but I feel like what she's representing here is that she is the type of person that if something needs to go, she'll be the one to say is she'll be the one to be like, you know what, I'm not gonna mess around with this situation anymore. If this is over with, then it's over with. And it's almost like she won't mind making the difficult choice of saying that's it. And so that might be your mindset this week. Like there might be some things that come up, and this might have been a difficult choice for you to make, like for the longest time. But now it's like you're seeing with a clear vision, and you can understand that, you know what, this isn't maybe a situation that I really want to be bothered with. And then you can be the one to be like, you know what, I'm not going to be wishy-washy, I'm not going to be on the fence anymore, or I'm not going to just deal with something that I know isn't feeling right to me. So I'm just going to make the cold hard decision to say, let this go, or this has to change, or something has to give. So, but I like that, to be honest. I like that because I feel like in the end, it's going to mean that things can be even better for you. So, I'll see you guys. Have a good week. Bye.